Should the Mangler be nerfed in Halo Infinite? That, my friends, is the question of the day. Welcome back, my friends, to another video here on the channel. I apologize that we haven't made a Halo Infinite video on the channel for a little bit. It was kind of over the holidays, mostly Christmas and New Year's and all that good stuff. But we're back and now with some Halo goodness, and hopefully you guys have still been enjoying the game. Let me know if you guys are still playing the game, or if some of you guys maybe kind of fell off of it or whatever, and whatever games you guys have been playing over this kind of Christmas, New Year, holiday season and all that good stuff, which I hope you guys had a good one, by the way. Anyways, the age-old question, it's not really an age-old question, but it's the question of today. Is the Mangler too OP? Now, there is some Halo pros that are saying that the Mangler should be nerfed, and then there are some other people, some other fans that are saying, no way, man, leave it the way it is. And there's this huge debate going on around the Mangler. Now, obviously, part of the debate is the fact that the Mangler is pretty powerful, right? 2 shots to the body, 1 to the head, boom, dead. The fact that it also has this pretty gnarly blade attached to it. Also, the fact that you can melee, players a lot more easily with this weapon as well. It's great for short range. So that adds a little bit more kind of, I guess, it adds a little bit more, I guess, dynamic, I guess is the word I'm looking for, potentially, to the weapon, and makes it a little bit more powerful. So FaZe Snipe Down, I think, was the first one to kind of get this whole thing going, saying the Mangler needs to be on the same spawn cycle as Heatwave / Shotgun ASAP. It's on a 30-second spawn timer, and feels like 3 people have it at all times due to how much ammo it has. Halo Comp needs some quality of life updates. Wouldn't mind this for Thrust, for Aquarius also. So basically stating that, feels the Mangler is too OP, it needs a little bit of a nerf, at least in terms of its spawn, right? Which is fair. I think a lot of people actually agree that, the spawn rates could be tweaked. Right? The spawn rates could be tweaked, and that's fair. But as far as the power of the weapon goes, most people are saying, hey, leave it as it is. Don't nerf this thing, because if you do, that's not really cool. We like the way it is, right? We like it for the most part. So that was the beginning of the conversation. But then some other pros kind of chimed in as well, saying the following. So we had C9 Echo, Kevin Echo Smith, saying, pretty sure my game is really bugged. The Mangler is still in my game. Not sure what's going on. Kind of, joking around about the fact that the Mangler is too OP and shouldn't be in the game as is. And then Cloud9 replying to the tweet, tagging Halo, saying, how many likes to delete the Mangler? Man, lots of hate for the Mangler from the pro teams and the pro players here, huh? It's crazy. So that was what was going on next in the conversation, which again kind of heated up the whole conversation a little bit and whatnot. But then other fans, kind of casual fans, people that are not actual pro players, took over to a Reddit and the Halo subreddit, saying, 343, do not touch the Mangler for the love of all things Halo, it's fine. And apparently that specific Reddit post got actually, if I go check out the post right now, it's currently almost at 10,000. My bad. It's almost at 10,000 upvotes, 9,476 at the time of recording. And it's just, the whole post basically says, stop overbalancing, right? Which, you know what? That one line, there's a little bit more to this Reddit post, but that one line, I 110% agree. One of my biggest gripes that I've mentioned in past videos with other FPS games in general, and whether it's Call of Duty, whether it's been Destiny 2 when it first came out, it's been better since launch, or Halo or whatever else, is the fact that for some reason devs always feel the need to overbalance everything, and for me that takes away some of the fun of the game, right? Now think about the days, I don't know if you guys played these games back in the day, but think about like Modern Warfare 2. Did anybody here play Modern Warfare 2? Are you old enough? If you're not, that's fine. I get it. You don't understand maybe the glory days, but if you did, you get it, right? The noob tube was one of the most annoying weapons to go up against, right? You'd get smoked. It was super OP. It was really annoying. But you gotta admit, those are fun times. It was part of what made the game fun. Obviously, a weapon like that getting smoked by it, I mean, it sucked, right? It obviously sucked to get smoked by a noob tube in MW2, but when you were the one noob tubing, it was also fun. And the fact that you could drop nukes left and right in that game, right? Now it's like, how often do you see nukes get dropped in a Call of Duty game? I don't see them very often. I see them sometimes, but not very often. And to me, that was part of what made Call of Duty so fun back in the day. Also, you know, back in the Halo days, we had a variety of weapons that were not super overbalanced, right? Think about this, right? A lot of the pros today played competitively back then, which is crazy to me because a lot of them loved the games back then, and a lot of them would probably still complain about games today, whether it's Call of Duty pros or whether it's Halo pros. I mean, they always have complaints about the game, right? But the fact of the matter is that most people, I mean, would admit that those days were the prime, right? Whether it was Halo 2, Halo 3, you know, for Call of Duty, whether it was Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare 3 even. I mean, those were the glory days for a reason, and it was because the devs were primarily, the primary thing about the game is the devs were having fun developing the games, right? They were having fun with it. They weren't so worried. They weren't so consumed with the idea of, oh my gosh, we got to have everything super balanced. You know, we got to think about the esports organizations. We got to think of the pros. I mean, that kind of came second, and even then, I mean, it was still manageable, right? But now, because there's such a heavy emphasis on the esports scene, which I understand that, but now because of that, it feels like it takes a lot of the fun away from it. And it feels like these games are primarily built for competitive players. And for the majority of the fan base who happens to be not super hardcore sweaty pro players, I mean, it kind of takes away from the fun. And I think that's the point of a lot of fans speaking out saying, hey, don't touch the Mangler. It's fine. You don't need to touch it. It's okay the way it is. You know what I mean? It's fine. Everything doesn't need to be overbalanced, right? It's okay. Now, if you're gonna tweak the spawn rate a little bit, okay, sure. Don't drastically tweak the spawn rate, but okay, fine. Maybe something like that, okay? But again, that Reddit post I'm talking about, you know, the person even says, right, you can more finely tune spawns and whatnot for ranked, but do not touch the weapon itself. Any notable nerf is going to tip the gun to the never use side. So the point of the matter is exactly everything I just said, right? It's like, you don't want to start doing this, man. It's fine. You stop being so obsessed with overbalancing everything. Stop being so obsessed with, you know, making everything super perfect and super nice and super, you know, catered towards the pro scene. I get it. There's the pro scene. I understand that. But the pro scene existed back then, right? I know it's a lot bigger now, but it existed back then and it thrived and it grew into what it was from that era. You know what I mean? And there's a reason people are always complaining about the games now and saying that they just don't feel like the way they used to. Even pro players in various genres of games, you know, whether, like I said, whether it's Call of Duty, whether it's Halo. I mean, a lot of pros, a lot of casual players feel like, hey, the games don't feel like they used to. Why don't they feel like they used to? Because they've become so corporate and they've become so focused on balancing everything. It's the mixture of those two different things, right? And so you're kind of sucking the life and some of the fun out of the game, right? So one thing I gotta commend Bungie for with Destiny, obviously Halo back in the day, but with Destiny 2 is they started like that. They started with Destiny 2 being super competitive in PvP. It was super overbalanced, and then they started realizing, hey, what if we just let some of these weapons be as they are? What if we just let some of these weapons kind of, you know, be OP and you know, have a meta that shifts every season, and you know, some of these weapons can just be, like, again, overpowered, and that's going to bring some of the fun back to the game. You know what I mean? Like right now in this current season, at the time of recording Destiny 2, fusion rifles are super powerful because of certain builds that you could do. Like, that's great. You know what I mean? They're not tripping about it, right? There's other weapons that have been really annoying to play against, like the Wither Horde in that game. You know, I know I'm talking about a variety of games now at this point, but it's just the idea kind of applies to a variety of different games at the end of the day, right? So again, a lot of people in this Reddit post as well are saying, yeah, it's fine. They're agreeing with this post. I'll link the Reddit post down in the description below if you guys want to check that out as well. If you want to read the whole thing and all the comments and all that good stuff, you know, if you want to get in on the conversation, you guys could also let me know in the comments of this video what you feel. Do you feel like the Mangler should be left as is? Do you feel like it should be tweaked? If it should be tweaked, like, should the whole weapon be touched, or do you feel like just the spawn maybe the spawn rate a little bit. I think, you know, if you tweak the spawn rate just a little bit, just slightly, not too much, not to tip things over, but leave the weapon exactly the way it is, then that'll be good. That will be good, and that's all we need. So those are my thoughts. That is the rant for the day. For now, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And again, if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. The majority of you guys that watch these videos are actually not subscribed. That's fine, but if you want to stick around for more content, you don't want to miss any videos, then of course you're gonna have to be subscribed in order to do that. So be sure to do that. If you did enjoy this one, leave it a like so more people can see it. If you didn't like it though, let me know. It's fine. Let me know in the comments. You could dislike it, but let me know so I can improve the content in the future. Stay safe, stay well. I will see you guys soon in another one. And until then, my friends, game on, and thanks for watching.